What if one website could showcase your talents, connect you with clients, and land you more teaching, performing, or choreographing opportunities? In this new mini-series, I'm going to show you step by step how to make your own dance website that is simple, looks good, and represents you well with potential clients, all through Wix and their easy-to-use website builder. Let's get started. I am so excited for this mini-series. I was recently talking to a friend who teaches dance at a university, and they were sharing with me how their seniors needed some help with their websites, getting some feedback and not knowing where things were. And so I thought, why not make a series on creating a dance website? I believe everyone needs it, even in our day of social media. And so whether you are performing or teaching or trying to get more gigs as a choreographer, I really believe that you should have a website. It acts as a home base, a place for you to direct everyone to, and that way you don't have to worry about social media algorithms changing or platforms going away, TikTok being banned, all of that kind of stuff. You know exactly where you want to direct people to, where you can sell them on your skills and talents. Like I mentioned in the introduction, this is a mini series, so let me give you a roadmap for the rest of the videos. Today we're gonna go through creating an account on Wix. I'm gonna show you the platform, show you how to select a template, and then the basics of the website builder. So if you want to start messing with things on your own, you are definitely welcome to do that. Or you could stick around and come back for the next video where we're gonna make the home page and a navigation menu, then a gallery page for you to show off all of your pictures and videos, an about me page, a contact page, and then finally we're gonna make sure everything is mobile friendly. We're gonna publish the page and you will be good to go. So even if you've never had any experience with a website builder before, by the end of this series, you will have a fully functional website to direct people to. So make sure you like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you know when the next video is coming out. Before we jump into the tutorial, I do want to say I am not a graphic designer. I do not have the best sense of style when it comes to these kinds of things. So the website we build will be very simple, and thank goodness Wix has lots of templates to choose from, but it is also very customizable, so if that is your jam, you have a lot of control over what you can do. Or you can be like me, and for my personal dance website, I hired a designer to create it for me. So you can also go that route. The reason we are using Wix and not something like Squarespace or WordPress or Weebly or any other service, they are all great, but Wix is what I have personally used for forever, so it's the platform I am most comfortable with. Also, I believe Wix is the only platform that has a free version that lets you actually have a live website at the end. All the other services like WordPress or Squarespace, you have to pay for a domain and all of those things to have it live. Versus Wix, their free plan, you can actually have a fully functioning website online. Granted, that free plan, you do not have a custom URL, so it's gonna have like a wix.something.something. It's not gonna look very professional, and you're gonna have a watermark on your website. So for anyone serious in using their website to get more work, I do recommend getting a custom domain. So in that sense, even Wix is not free, but the free plan lets you play around as much as you want, make tweaks, publish it, get feedback, all the things, or even use that and then just tell people it's still in the works, I'm still working on it, but here's my portfolio for now. And then you can always upgrade and add a domain, get rid of the watermark. But all of that to say, even if you end up deciding to use another service that is not Wix, I highly recommend you watching these videos, because as we build out each page, I'm going to be pointing out things I see a lot of dancers doing wrong when it comes to design elements, the types of kind of information that they have on those pages, things like that. So I think you'd still get a lot of useful information out of this series. I'm not sponsored by Wix. I wish I was part of their affiliate program, but it's actually really hard to get into. So use Wix, don't use Wix, it doesn't really matter to me. And lastly, make sure you stick around to the end of this video where I have a free download for you guys that will make creating a dance website way easier. So stick around for that, and let's get into it. Real quick, just to show you guys, here is Wix and their pricing. So as you can see, the cheapest one right now is $17 a month, and my mouse is not happy. But if you go down, you'll see all of their plans that does give you a custom domain, and it removes the Wix branding. They say free domain for a year. Just a quick tip, I would not recommend getting a domain through Wix. It's way more expensive, and I'll get into that in our last video when it's time to go live. Also, Wix is always running discounts and promotions, things like that. So wait for a holiday, Memorial Day, Black Friday, New Year's. They will always have deals going out, 50% off on their premium account or whatever it is. So just wait for a discount and you'll usually get one through Wix. We're gonna get started, and it is super easy to make an account through Wix. So you can just continue with Google, which I usually do or you can put in your email, make a password, and sign up. So let me do that real quick. You can even see right now there's a deal on the bottom. It says limited time only, 50% off for select Wix premium plans. So I could look at that if I was interested. Anyways, once you are on Wix, this is the main dashboard. If you have multiple sites, you would see all of them here, and then you could select which one you want to work on. Just to show you, let me pull up my other Wix account that I normally use. So this is my personal Wix account, and you'll see this is my dance website. I have a media website for all my dance photography, and this is the website I have for the YouTube channel that I'm still in the process of building out, so don't go looking for that yet. And these two were two practice ones I was messing around with as I was getting ready for this video. But right now we don't have anything yet, so let's create a website. We're gonna go to create a new site. And there are two ways you can go about it: set up with chat and without chat. If you do it with chat, basically you're gonna give Wix, the AI, a bunch of information about what you're looking for, and it will more or less create a custom template for what it thinks you need. Versus without chat, it will show you a bunch of templates that you can pick from and go from there. As far as creating it, I think either one is great. There are pros and cons to both. I think the AI one is actually really cool, so I'm going to show you that one first, and then if there's time, we'll go back and I'll just show you what it looks like if you were to pick a template instead. So we're going to say start chat. All right, let's tell it some things about us, shall we? And I'm going to do this as again, just drawing on my own personal experience. I'm going to make this more as someone who's focused on teaching versus performing. But again, you put in whatever you need. Just curious what this is gonna say if I say help me. Business, for example. Great, okay, cool. So send that. This could probably just be your name, but I'm just gonna keep it kind of in my branding. Whoa, cool. It's already starting to build stuff out. That's actually really nifty. I don't know if you can tell, but when I made my websites through Wix, they did not have all this crazy AI stuff. So I've messed around a little bit, but it's actually really cool. I'm playing with this with you guys. All right, what type of content will you showcase on your website? I don't think of anything else. And if there is stuff, we can always add it later. So I think this is good for now. Colors, layout, or style. Okay, let's see. When it comes to picking colors, I do recommend keeping it simple and minimal. Minimal meaning don't have too many options. So a couple colors. If you don't know a color to pick, black and white is great, or Adobe Color Wheel is actually a really great tool. So let me look that up real quick to show you guys. Wheel, go here. Now it doesn't get into color psychology, but if I go here, analogous, it'll give me all the different shades that kind of stay in the same kind of family, versus I can go monochromatic, I can go triad, complementary. So for example, let's say I want a trio of colors, and I'm gonna pick, I really like this purple. Then looking at this, here are all the other colors that could complement that in that triad. Or if I want to do complementary, it would just be opposite of the color wheel, and I could give it very specific colors to work on. Or we could go to ChatGPT and ask it here. I am creating a dance website to showcase my work and need some color theme suggestions. Can you give me 3 options and include the color psychology behind each suggestion? And actually, I'm gonna also put the beginning, act as a marketing and branding expert. All right, we got bold, we got elegant, fresh, and modern. So like as you can see, it gave us some ideas. Also, isn't it crazy that AI is doing all of this? Building the website, figuring out the colors, all that good stuff. Let's see, I'm gonna go with probably fresh and modern. Again, you could always refine this, tweak it however you like. But I do like how it describes this. Teal, coral, light grays. So let's see, we're gonna close this out. Actually, I'm curious. I don't know what it means. Can you explain what you mean by layout and style? What are some examples? I don't know if it can actually converse with me, so we're gonna see. Okay. Lay out the overall arrangement of content. Style the visual aesthetic. For color, please use teal, coral, and light gray for the color scheme. That is what it said, right? Yep. Like a clean and modern layout and a style that is fresh and modern. Let's try that. Oh, I like how it's building all this stuff out. Target audience, goals. We add these apps. Okay, interesting. Let's go personalized dashboard. All right, go to dashboard. This is so cool, guys. I'm acting as the expert, but also I'm like geeking out. This is just amazing how far technology has come. All right, here is our dashboard. Again, they're always trying to sell you. For now, we're gonna ignore this. So this is your dashboard. So let me walk you through some of the areas here. This is actually a great setup checklist, but we're gonna skip it because I don't want to connect a custom domain yet. I don't need to set working hours or payment methods or all that stuff. I'm actually gonna show you on the left-hand side. Home is where your home base will be once you've gone through the setup. So this is what it looks like. Up here, you can see what plan you have, your domain, your email, all of those things. And then over here are a lot of different tools you have that honestly, as a freelance dancer, I don't think you really need, except for a couple potential ones. So let me show you. Under sales, you can, or not, this is different. We're getting paid, just kidding. Under getting paid, you can go to invoices and create invoices. So I actually have used this before for like solo rehearsals, duos, for competition, things like that, where I would send a monthly invoice to the family and then they would pay me. They wouldn't pay me through Wix, even though you can set up payment methods and things like that. I didn't do it through Wix because I believe you need a more expensive account for that. But it was great because then instead of going to a free invoice generator on Google, which again is great, but I could keep track of it would have the invoice history, if that makes sense, for all the invoices. So then I could mark it off as paid, as not paid. I could set all my prices, things like that, and not have to remake it every single time. For each month, basically, I could just duplicate the previous month and then just adjust the month, the date, maybe the amount of rehearsals we actually had that month, things like that. But I already had a template made. So that was actually really helpful. And then I can just download it as a PDF and email it to that family, and they would have it, and it was good to go. And they would pay me over Venmo or cash or things like that. So having this just to create invoices, I actually found super helpful. Again, I wouldn't recommend getting paid through Wix because I think you need a more expensive account. So you need upgrade with a premium plan that allows you to accept payments, and that was just unnecessary. You're not really trying to make sales or anything like that. If you do have a blog or want to blog as a way to also increase SEO and the traffic to your website, again, that's a whole nother realm that I am honestly not an expert in, so I'm not going to touch on it. But it is actually really easy to create a blog on your website as well. Besides that, honestly, those are the only things I would use besides the actual website. So let me go to the home page real quick and show you one other thing. Up top here, your notifications and your inbox. If you have people contacting you through your website, you should get an email in your actual Gmail inbox or whatever you use, but you will also see all of the messages up here, and you'll be notified every time there is a message. So it's also a good way to just check and see. To be honest, most of the time I get people asking me if I want a website audit or something like that. But once in a while, especially for my media account, I actually do get inquiries through that, and so I like to check that once in a while. All right, but let's finish setting things up. So we can go to design site, because I believe if we go to click setup, it'll do the same thing. All right, we're gonna not worry about that. Services. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I guess I was wrong. You can create services here. So if you wanted to offer private dance lessons, a guest workshop, things like that, you could have it on here. Again, personally, I wouldn't do this because I'm pretty sure you would need a premium plan. Actually, it tells me right there, you need a business premium plan. You can just create a page with these offerings and say, to book a service, go to this link or email me, and you can set it up through there. Unless you're getting a lot of traffic through your website to get these, and I'm not saying you can't, but as a basic dance portfolio website, this is not necessary. So we're gonna go just to home actually, and we're gonna go to design site. Oh, okay. So this is actually the part that I thought we were going to, and now we're there. So you can either select a template or it will generate a design with AI. I'm going to show you the generate with AI, and then I'll go back and show you the template option. Very similar to earlier, we're gonna do the same thing. Oh, or maybe not, because I already told it stuff. That's cool. Shades of blush and dusty pink. I don't know why it came up with that. Can I change it? All right, I'm gonna regenerate design, or I'm gonna tweak design. Can I thought it would let me change the brief. Theme, change the theme. Why lavender blue and dark green? I definitely said okay, but I think that is closer. Let's see. Just curious to see what it gives me. Again, it's more or less a template still, a customized template, but it's still a template. So we're gonna go in and change things tweak things, etc. All right. Shuffle these condos, generate new theme. Let's generate a new theme. I cannot. Okay, interesting. All right, we're gonna go back to the brief. Oh, okay, okay, we'll go back. Theme, sleek and modern. Layout. As you can see with AI stuff, you can keep generating things over and over again. I would recommend getting something close or just using a template and then going from there because you're gonna have to tweak it regardless. Okay, I actually like this much better. So we're gonna go with this. We're gonna continue to editor. Again, they keep wanting you to upgrade. Oh no, did I mess up? Oh man. Alright guys, I messed up. I was getting impatient and I refreshed the page and I think it didn't save the AI stuff. Alright, I'm gonna restart this and when I get back to this point, I will show you guys again. Okay, we are here. Sorry guys, and actually, I'm so sad because I like the other layout that came with much better. But anyways, here's the basic layout of your website editor. It's actually pretty simple. So you'll see here, they actually have everything, wow words, they actually have everything labeled already. So on the top, you add elements here. Here's where you can add sections. So sections are the main building blocks of your website. You have a section, and within each section you have smaller containers and things you can put in the section, but it makes it really easy then to reorder those sections. So for example, I could have a section with my pictures, another section with my videos, and in the future, if I decide I want my videos first, I just drag that whole section above and it makes it organizing it really simple and easy. Over here is your pages and menus, site design, apps, business, doesn't really matter here, media, very important, and CMS, don't worry about that. All right, it was okay. That's all. All right, so let's start to mess around. Okay, first of all, the layout is kind of terrible, but like I said, with any template, you're gonna have to go around and change things. You'll see here when I hover, the orange area means it's always going to be there on every single page. So this is my header, and if I scroll to the bottom, this is my footer, right? Yeah, header and footer. So these will be on any page I create. If I hover and it's blue, that means it's only for that page. You can always click on quick edit, and on the right hand side, it will show you all the different elements in that section. Remember how I talked about different sections, or like think of them as almost like buckets. So it'll show me what is in this section, whether it's text or images, things like that, then I can change. If I were to click here, it would show me what is on this section. And then because it's a portfolio, it's like like a sub page, I guess, for lack of a better term. So I would manage all of these things here. Again, we'll get into that later. I'm just going to show you the main layout for now. You can always scroll around, you can always click, and now I can drag to resize things or move things around as I would like. You can of course always click and drag and move specific elements around, or you can resize them. For text, I can edit text, and now I can change the style, the font, the size, anything that you would want. Effects, spacing, all that good stuff. If you see this icon, it's the animation. So if you want it to fade in, scroll out when you exit the page, things like that, I would recommend keeping it simple. So don't go too crazy with those. You can always add links to things, and then you can always ask for help. Images, very similar. You have your animation, but then you can go to the layout, so changing the layout of the item. Shape dividers, stretching it. Stretching it just means will it fill up the whole from left to right, the whole space, or if it'll be more constrained. So stretched is more in style, I guess, right now, and it looks really cool. So I would definitely recommend checking that out. Something that is important to note that this does not have, oh, here we go. So you'll see these dotted lines. These are your safety margins, meaning if you are on a smaller page, for example, everything outside of the safety margin might get cut off. So in general, it's a good idea to have your most important information within these safety margins. Design elements, things that don't really matter if it's cut off a little bit or cropped, that is where the bleed can go. So just keep that in mind. And you can also, of course, check things to make sure. So to do that, you'll see up here a preview. We can hit preview. And this is how the page would actually look on a web page. We haven't done anything to it, so it's still the default. But you can see here, you could also always make it a little bit smaller to see how it resizes things. Right, and you'll see there's a cool like scrolling parallax effect here. And if you go up here to the top left, this is going to be important in a future episode, but switch to mobile, making sure it looks good on someone's device, mobile device. And so now here you can see how things would look on a phone. Super, super helpful. Publish, we're not gonna do that yet because we haven't done anything to it, but that's how you would make it go live. Or once you've made changes, once you're happy with them, you would then publish it. So for example, say I made a bunch of changes, right? And I hit publish. If I then went back and I changed maybe my About Me page, or I changed some pictures, if I hit save, it will save those changes, but my public website will still be version 1, not with all those updated changes. You have to hit publish to make those changes live. So it's a great way to mess around with things, play with things, but not worry about people seeing it. You'll notice up here, we are still in our mobile mode, so this is where you can then change the mobile layout. It's always going to be a little bit different from the desktop layout, so it is always a good idea once you are done making the desktop version, or even as you're making the desktop version, to keep switching back and forth to mobile to make sure things look good. And it's the same thing. You can click on it, you can view it, you can hide the sections on mobile, which is actually really helpful, all that good stuff. And we'll get into that more in a future video. So again, make sure you're liking and subscribing for all that future content. Okay, layout, that was that. So if I want to add an element, you'll see here there are 100, not maybe 100, but there are lots of things you can add. So we're not going to go through all of them. The ones you're going to probably do the most are text, images, buttons, strip, maybe gallery, maybe menu and anchor, maybe one contact form, and I guess a video. So this like first half, okay? So text is pretty self-explanatory. You can have your different themes, titles, paragraphs. You just click and drag to wherever you want it, and then you can click edit text, and that's how you would make the text. Delete that, or you can always go up here and undo. Same thing. For images, they do have a lot of stock images you can look for, but again, as a dancer, I would not recommend it. You want to use your own images. So you would just upload it, it would save it in a media manager, and then you can click and drag those. So let me show you how to do that. Upload from computer. Let me find a dance picture of myself. Do I have any of those right now? Also really random, but my wife is cooking right now and it smells so good downstairs. Okay, here's a picture of me from a while back that my friend Melanie Kate took. So you'll see here, this is your media manager. And what's nice is it will save it onto here. And so anytime you need to go back to reuse it, if you need to put it somewhere else, you don't have to constantly upload it to the platform. So here, I'm gonna add it to page. and now you'll see it's here, and then I can always click and drag it to move it, to resize it, all that good stuff. Oops, I think I added it twice by accident. There you go. And again, here you can always adjust things, the design, the settings, the crop. So just to show you settings, I can change the picture here. This is great if you like where the picture is, but you need to change the image itself. This is where you would do it. I don't want anything to happen to it when it gets clicked. And then you can always add, I forget what this is called, but the text. So if the image does not show up, it'll show that instead. I forget the term. All right, I'm gonna delete this for now. And actually, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna change the background image and go to my site files here, change background. So now it changes. So just to show you now, if I go to preview, because the scrolling effect is already there, as I scroll, it's gonna do that, which is pretty cool. Don't worry, I'll show you how to do that yourself in the next video. Going back here to add elements, if I go to a button is great if you need a link to something or a call to action. So I can choose any design I want. So I'll do a simple button like this. Again, move it wherever you want. You can make it however big you want. And now going to settings to change it, I'm gonna say, click here. And now I can choose to link it to another page. I can do a totally different link, a web address, a section or anchor, which I'll show you that in a moment, what that is. It's actually really cool. Basically, you're gonna set an anchor on a different part of the same page, but that way when I click on it, it'll take me to that part of the page. So for example, if I had my bio further down, I could say bio, click on it, and it'll take you to the bio section of the web page. So for now, we don't have anything, so I'm gonna click here, get rid of it, get rid of that. And again, you can always change the design, the color, the theme. You can customize basically every single part of this button. So you can have a lot of fun with the design elements. Just don't get too crazy. Strips are kind of like sections. They are a horizontal strip that takes up the whole width, and you can have pictures there, graphics, things like that. You'll see here they have some different options. Testimonials might be a really cool one if you can get some from students or collaborators you've worked with before. So just to show you that, testimonials, let's click, and I'm actually going to scroll a little bit further down. Let's go put it underneath here. So we're going to put it between this section and our footer. Click and drag right there. And now we have a strip that is also its own section, I believe. And so if I wanted here, I could manage columns. And now I can go here, I can delete them, add a column, whatever else I need. And then I imagine I could go here, double click, and I could change the text. I could go here, I could change the image, right? I'm just double clicking on any of the elements that I want to adjust. And so it's really easy to manipulate anything you want. But again, because there's a lot of things you can do, just don't get too carried away. You can change the background, all that good stuff. Okay. So actually, I'm gonna build out a button again, just to show you what this could look like later on. I'm gonna put it right here. Testimonials. All right, and we will leave that here for now, but I'm gonna show you how anchors work in a moment. Decorative, don't think you need it. Boxes, they're just little containers or things like, you see how it has a circle up here? That is a container. Again, it's a decorative feature. Gallery is how you can add a picture gallery. You just click and drag it. So just to show you, I'm gonna go to below our testimonials. I'm going to click, let's see, what option do we want? Let's do this. Just gonna drag it here. I don't want to attach to our, okay, I'm going to add, add a section. I'm going to do a blank section. And I'm going to move it down. So now I'm going to attach, jumping ahead a little bit, I'm going to attach it to this section. And make the section a little bit bigger to fit the gallery. There you go. I'm going to stretch this to full width. Again, design-wise, not the best choice. I'm just showing you how you can manipulate this. All right, then I would go to change images, and I don't want any of these because obviously they're not mine. So I'm going to delete them, delete. And I'm going to want to add images. I only have one image, so let me add a couple more real quick. Oopsies, that's actually not me. But anyways, for the demo purpose, I took that picture. So we're gonna click on all of these, shift hold, add to gallery. Sorry, I am blocking the add to gallery down here. All right, and then from here, I could rename each one. Now, if I was serious about it, I would say maybe the event, and then a description, I would say the photographer credits. Make sure you always credit your photographers, but that's how I could do it. And then I can always rearrange them by clicking and dragging to change the order in the gallery and hit done. So now you'll see here is the gallery. I can change the margins, how squished in I want it. I can adjust the design, how many columns. So it's now a single strip. There are lots of different ways you can manipulate it. So that's just to show you that. And then let's actually do the same thing with video. So I'm going to add a section. We're going to do another blank one. And then I'm going to, again, move it down, move it past the pictures. Then I'm going to add an element. I'm going to go to video. And let's do a single video. And there you go. And now I would change the video, add a link if it's YouTube, or you can upload it from your computer. It can be Vimeo, all that good stuff, and it'll be there. Again, same thing. You go to settings, layout, design to change a lot of different elements of that. Let's get to anchors, which I think is the next part of this list. Or actually, I skipped it. So menus and anchors. So anchors are, again, it's gonna tell the website, here's an anchor here. So when I navigate to the anchor, it'll scroll down. So I'm gonna click this anchor and drag it to here. Let's say testimonial anchor. I'm just gonna give it a name. All right. So now if I click here and I do section layers, you'll see now I have a testimonial anchor attached to this strip. Okay. So now if I scroll all the way up, go to testimonials button that we made earlier. I'm going to link it to an anchor. Which page? This page. To a testimonial anchor and done. So now if I go to preview, if I go at testimonial, there we go. It jumped to the gallery. That's not, oh, I might have put the anchor wrong. Let's try one more time. Okay, yeah, I think what happened was I might have slipped and the anchor is not in the right spot. But as you can see, it scrolled down the page. Let's go back to our editor. That is interesting. What happened there? Just the section of this. Oh, okay. Do you see how this is the anchor? So it went to the bottom of the testimonial section and the top of the gallery section. That is why. So what I should do is drag. Why isn't it letting me move the anchor? That is interesting. To be honest, probably the easier way to do is just delete it and make a new one. And now I'm going to put it at the top. There we go. So now you see the anchors at the top of the testimonial section. So now testimonial anchor. And now go to here and just double check because we deleted the other anchor. So I don't think it's there anymore. And done. Okay, let's try this again. Also good to save every once in a while. You'll notice here, because I don't have the custom domain, it's always going to say JHsu Dance Tech because that's the email account I logged in with, .wix. And then / whatever it is. So before you get a custom domain, you can always go here and say dance or JHsu Dance, let's say. Again, it's not going to be the prettiest, but at least it is a little customized. All right, but let's go to preview. Now if we hit testimonials, it's really thinking for some reason. I don't know why. There we go. Now it takes us to the testimonial part of that page. Anchors only work, I believe, on the same page. Actually, that's not true. I could totally have testimonials on a different page and have that anchor there, and then it would take me to that page. In that section of the page as well. And I know that because under linked, I'll say which page. So I could have, I wouldn't do this because that's bad management, but a testimonial anchor on the home page, testimonial anchor on another page. And so by telling it this page, this anchor, that's how it knows where to go. But as you can see, Wix is super powerful. There are a lot of really cool features for you to customize. So I'm having fun. Hope you're having fun. All right, so we've added some elements, or I've shown you how to add elements. Again, there are lots of other things you can also play with. Socials, if you want to add some buttons and then links to your social media, etc., etc. We added sections. Now, if you go to page, this shows you all the pages on your website. So collection page is one that we haven't even touched yet. But for example, I would go to maybe create an about page, create a contact page. So you can always rename the pages, you can delete the pages. Here we go. Site menu, and then hit add page. So I'm gonna hit a page, and they have some templates for me already, or you can do a blank page. So I'm gonna do an about me page, and let's just pick this template here. You can always preview it if you want to. And let's rename this to our home page. This is how you can also reorder things. So say I want, and this will make more sense when we make our navigation menu in the next video. But if I want to click and drag, change the order of things, that's how you can also do that as well. Add a new page there, or add a new menu item. All right, second to last for this, our site theme. Let's change the theme because it just did not get it right. There are lots of different options for you to click through and use. So let's see, if I click this one, I actually do like the darker look with the white text. I think it just reads, it pops more. So we'll just looking real quick at the other options. Yeah, actually, I like this theme. Now you can also always, I believe, change the theme. So color theme, I can make my own theme. So we had said teal, coral, and light gray, I believe. Let's see, can you give me the hex codes for option 3? Perfect, thank you so much. So let's see, teal is that. We're just gonna paste that in. I always forget how orangey coral is. For some reason, when I say coral, I think more like a pink. All right, and then I don't want this fourth color. Can I just get rid of it? We'll just make it black. Okay, cool. All right, I actually like that color scheme a lot. All right, we're gonna go back. And you can always do the page background if you want a picture or a text theme. You want to change the fonts that you are always gonna see. Actually, let's see. What font pairings would go well with option 3? Header, Montserrat, okay. I really like Montserrat as a font, and Lotto is actually not bad. So let's see if we can change that. Let's see here, Montserrat, beautiful, and Lotto. A little sneak peek, but in the free download I have for you guys, there are some font pairings suggestions. All right. Great, so that is that. So now the fonts have also changed. It's getting there, it's getting there. And then page transition. So do you want it to fade from page to page or swipe or whatever else it is? I would generally say keep it simpler versus fancier. So I think for now, I honestly don't even know what out in means. So let's go crossfade for now. Okay, I thought it would give me a demo, but it's not. So we'll just keep it at a crossfade. Or honestly, no effect, because also the more media and effects you have, the longer it's going to take for your website to load, and you want it to load as quickly as possible. So also keep that in mind. Don't go too crazy with this stuff. Right. But there we go. That is our current site. Now, last thing, apps, you can click around with it. There are different apps that do different things. I wouldn't worry about it too much. One thing I will say though, for now, is your media tab, which we've also kind of talked about already, but here you can look for stock images, or you can look at your site files. You can upload things if you want, all of that good stuff. And that is how you navigate through Wix's website builder. Hey there, I was editing this video and realized I never showed how to make a website through the templates. So let's do that real quick. We're back on Wix, and you'll see they still want me to do all this setup stuff. I'm gonna go up here, go to all sites. I could also just do create new site, but I wanna show you what this looks like. So when you have multiple websites, you'll see them all here, and this is where you can then select the one you want to work on. So I'm gonna create a new site. I'm gonna skip this. What kind of website do you want to create? Let's do dance performance. Again, this is just the dashboard part. I don't know why they asked me, because I feel like regardless what I tell them, it's gonna be the same thing. I don't want to make an event. Don't know what that's about. All right, let's design our site. We've already gone through the layout, so I'm only going to show you the template part. Pick with a template. And now here they have some suggestions, but you can also click through the store, creative, all the different options they have. So for example, if we went to DJ and producer, these are ones that they would recommend to use. And as you are looking through these, you can see you can either edit it so that will pick the template, or just view it so you can click through and see what it could look like. Very cool. I'm gonna go back to templates, and you can kind of click around. You can also, of course, search. So I'll do dance and see what happens there. So let's see, look at this one. So as you can see, this one looks like it's meant for selling an online class or a workout program. And you can go to see styles. I like the scrolling feature. Oh, interesting house. Ooh, what's this? If I click on it, nothing happens. But okay, just the thing animates. That's cool. On demand. Okay, so let's say we like this one. I'm gonna click edit this site. And just like before, we can change all the different elements we want: pictures, text, layout, add pages, take out pages, add videos, all of that. Well, you stuck around to the end of this video, and like I promised, I have a free download for you. If you check out the link in the description, there is a checklist for all the things you need to make sure you have for your dance website. I go into pictures, videos, artist statement, teaching statement, how to write those, and that way as you go through this mini series with me, you'll have all the components you need to make a successful website. So I'm super excited. Check that out. I think it'll be super helpful. Now, before you move on in this series, make sure you check out my previous video on all the essentials for a dance website. So as we are moving forward, you have an idea of what we are going to be building towards. Sorry, words. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Woo! Websites.